David's Daily Digital Dollop 338 from another toilet, this time in Selby, Yorkshire. And this is the sound of a McDonald's. I very rarely go to McDonald's, but we were in a service station on a Sunday and McDonald's is one of the only things that were open, so we ended up going to McDonald's. And I've said this before on a previous dollop, I'm just astounded every single time I go into McDonald's by the sounds, the ambience of the place. I mean, you wouldn't have thought the word ambience would really be connected with McDonald's, really. McDonald's ambience. It's a lovely relaxing soundscape, isn't it? That you could, I mean, there'd be a lot of people thinking, just shut up, David, let's just hear this McDonald's ambience. That's what we really want to hear right now. I could happily fall asleep to the sounds of McDonald's ambience. Maybe I should release this as a separate thing, you know, as a special dollop extra. 8 hours of McDonald's ambience, the soothing sounds of McDonald's there. But it's ridiculous, just the amount of beeping that goes on. Everything beeps, obviously the till beeps. You've got the things where the burgers are cooking, they beep. The chips thing, that beeps. It's just a continuous cacophony of beeps. I think there are more beeping sounds in McDonald's than there are in an intensive care unit. And in fact, I think the reason why there are so many beeps maybe is to acclimatise the diner's ears to all the beeping that will be happening in the intensive care ward that they'll probably end up in as a result of eating all these crap burgers. There's probably one beep that instructs the person putting the salt on the chips to put more salt on. It's like a beep, oh, I'm putting enough salt on there, mate. What's going on with the amount of salt in McDonald's as well? They don't even ask you if you want salt. It's just assumed that you do want salt. And I would happily not have salt on the chips. But you don't get asked. But it's ridiculous, and I don't really eat that much salt, so I have to scrape it all off. I suppose you could argue it gives me more value for money, because I kind of get a chip, I get to eat the chip, and I also get a free exfoliation session as well. I'm sort of exfoliating my skin. It's kind of like half chip, half pumice stone. There's no pretense about the fact that you are meant to enjoy the experience, really. There's this facade of enjoyment, but you're not there to enjoy it. It's fast food. It's clearly you're not there to enjoy it because, you know, you go into a restaurant and they've got nice music and they've got nice lighting and that kind of thing. You go into McDonald's and it's just this harsh, you know, shouting people. Burger over there, mate! Burger over there! You know, just shouting out the orders, constant beeps going on, someone just throwing salt over the chips with a complete abandon. I've been a right capitalist today. We went to a service station this morning and went to a Starbucks. And it was quite early in the morning, and there was only me and another person in there who'd already got their coffee. And I walk in, and I make my order. I ask for a cup of tea. It's probably frowned upon in Starbucks. Can I have a cup of tea, please? Oh, well, we're going to ask you a list of questions about what kind of size you would like. And we're going to give you, you know, like grande and that kind of thing. Can I just have a medium? No, you can have a grande, a mucho grande. Just give me like a mug. Imagine you were at home, just give me like a mug of tea. Then the woman said to me, I think she's kind of a bit robotic, because I heard her say to the other person, have a nice day, in the kind of very clinical, robotic way. She's just going about her job, and you can't blame her, she's just going about her job, the whole thing is just regimented. But bearing in mind there's only me ordering, there's nobody else around, she says, can I take a name, please? I said, what? And she said, we need a name for the order, so we can call your name out when it's ready. I thought, how long is it going to take? I mean, there's nobody else here. So I gave her my name, and I waited there for about a minute, and then she went, David, and I'm like, yeah, I'm stood here, yes, and then just took the mug of tea, my grande tea, I think it was called, which apparently is the equivalent of a medium. And then you've got Subway, of course, Subway with its, where the people who are employed to make your sandwiches are called sandwich artists, and have to wear a uniform which has sandwich artist emblazoned on it, which is kind of, I think, a little bit embarrassing for the person working there. I mean, does anyone really take pride in being a sandwich artist? I mean, you know, if you work in Subway, you're probably just doing it to kind of You're probably not, it's not your career aspiration, I would imagine. You're not planning on staying there for years. You haven't had to have a degree in doing this. You haven't had to work towards it. So it just seems a little bit odd that they call them sandwich artists and then make them wear a uniform that says that. It's kind of just a recipe for embarrassment, really. I think that's a bit odd, but I also think it's a bit odd calling them sandwich artists, when bearing in mind that the whole point of Subway, the whole idea of Subway, is that the person making a sandwich has very little input into the actual sandwich creation process whatsoever, because, you go into a normal sandwich shop and you ask for a chicken salad sandwich and they might ask you a few questions, but they will generally decide how much they'll put on and that kind of thing. You'll be asked a few questions. Not in Subway, they want to know absolutely everything. They want to know the type of bread, they want to know what filling you want in, what salad you want in, do you want it toasted or do you want it cold, do you want cheese on it, which kind of cheese do you want on it, then you've got to select your own sauce and that kind of thing. The amount of questions that you get asked in Subway. And there's been times in Subway, because I'm a bit indecisive, and I'll just say, I don't really know, I'll get a veggie patty or whatever, and they say, what bread? And I'm like, I don't know, just choose me a bread, and they start reading the list out. And I'm like, I don't know, just choose me one, surprise me. And they can't handle it. They ask me what sauce I want, and often I'll say surprise me. And sometimes you get people who live up to the name sandwich artist. They'll take the challenge on board, and they'll go, we'll give you this one then. But some of them just can't handle it. They're like, do you want this? Do you want this? And I'm like, just surprise me. They can't handle it. I have to make a decision on their behalf. And I think maybe there should be a tier system. There should be almost like an inspection that goes on where the sandwich artists are the ones who are able to make these decisions, who are able to create the sandwich on their own means, on their own terms. They don't need constant interference and guidance from the person who is asking for the sandwich. If I went to see an actual artist and I wanted them to paint me a picture, I might give them an idea of what I want, but they wouldn't say, can you just sit with me and tell me where to move my brush? That's not what an artist is. So I think there should be degrees, there should be levels, there should be a structure, there should be levels of competency. You should have your sandwich artists, as I say, they're the people who can do all that, and then you're just your sandwich makers. You're just your normal sandwich makers. And I think there needs to be some distinction, because quite frankly, it's making a mockery of the whole sandwich artist idea. The whole sandwich artist artifice is going to crumble, and people aren't going to take it seriously, and there is a risk that it's just going to become an embarrassing uniform that these people have to wear. And I'm sure there are people out there who are sandwich artists who are thinking, I take pride in my artistic qualities when it comes to making sandwiches. I think long and hard about sandwiches, and I know what I'm doing. Anyway, there's a few thoughts there about fast food places. Am I being called here?
A plate, Davis?
A plate? Yes.
Just the plate, nothing on it.
Thank you, Michael. What's going on the plate?
Careful by your right hand side there, there's meat on that.
Meat?
There's meat on the chair.
Meat on
All right.
the chair.
That's no need to speak about her. Sorry about that, Chloe. I'll let you do some sandwich artistry, Mr. Hughes. What are you doing? Well, you're giving me money.
We've got 10 left over from last night, and then no coins in the kitty thing. So
My goodness.
Oh, right.
You're getting a behind the scenes listen now. How much money we make doing this.
Oh, right.
£10. We've got £10 and a few coins in the kitty. So we're doing well. Things are going well. If you're listening, Dad, don't worry about my career. All's going fine. David's Daily Digital Dollop 339. I know you're probably all thinking now, oh my goodness, this is exciting. I've been waiting for this all day, wondering what toilet he's going to be coming from on this dollop. I'm not recording from a toilet, I'm recording from my bedroom today, so I hope you don't feel too disappointed by that. But that's the thing with the dollops, you think things get into a bit of a pattern, and with some bloggers there's a danger of it falling into a bit of a rut, sort of toilets every single day, but not me. It's just no second guessing me. The dollops are always moving, always progressing, always evolving. I'm in my bedroom again today, and who knows where I'll be tomorrow and the day after. Yesterday we were in a toilet in Selby, Yorkshire, and a McDonald's in a service station. My goodness, we get about a bit, don't we, on these dollops? Anyway, today's dollop is called The Lyrical Workers, and it's a little bit of a challenge for you now. You may remember, if you are a dollop aficionado, and you've been listening to the dollop since the beginning, in dollop 23, I talked about the fact that I got a spam comment on my website that said, rather than coming up with blogs yourself, why don't you use this free online tool, which is called an article spinner? And basically, you put some text in from another person's blog, and it will then change the words around. It'll keep the meaning intact, but it'll change the words around. So it means that you could essentially upload content to your website, but you've not actually had to put any time and effort into it, because it's just changed the words around, swapped words, like used a thesaurus and swapped words for other words that mean the same, moved the words about a bit to create a different sentence, and it's done. Few seconds. Obviously I wasn't going to do that, but I did think that I could use it experimentally. I thought, I wonder what happens if I put lyrics, popular song lyrics, into this tool and it changes the words around. And the results of that was Dollop 24. Anyway, at our singing weekends that we do a few quizzes, and the Lyrical Workers was one of those quizzes. And I'm going to play you now that quiz. So feel free to play along wherever you are and see how you do. I shall read out these warped lyrics, and then when someone at the weekend gets it, I will then sing what the lyric is. Now, they do shout the answers out, but there's quite a lot of noise going on. But I'm sure that if you can't hear what the person is shouting out, I assume you'll get it once I start singing the actual song. So this is the Lyrical Workers Challenge. Can you identify the song from these lyrics that have been put through this article spinner and warped? And the majority of this comes from last singing weekend that we did in Beverley, where my voice had more or less gone. So it's time to play the Lyrical Workers Challenge.
From the time my infant abandoned me, I found somewhere else to live. 'Tis at the end of forlorn road of the catastrophe lodging.
One.
It's Heartbreak Hotel. Well, ever since my infant abandoned me, I've found somewhere else to live. Is that the end of forlorn road at the catastrophe lodging? I'm ever so desolate, infant. I'm ever so forlorn. I'm ever so desolate, I could kick the bucket. Okay. When I wind up in an unfortunate situation, my mum Mary approaches me, talking useful tidbits.
Number one.
One.
Let it be.
Let it be by the Beatles, of course. When I wind up stuck in an unfortunate situation, my mum Mary approaches me, talking useful tidbits. Leave it alone. 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 Whisper useful tidbits. Leave it alone. I continued the confidence, and I continued exercising my democratic right, not for the metal-clenched hand, but rather for the assistance.
Two. Already Union by Billy Bragg.
No. For theirs is a land with a divider around it. Also, mine is a confidence in my kindred chaps. Theirs is a place where there is trust and magnificence. Mine...
Three Billy Bragg between the walls.
So I continued the confidence, and I continued exercising my democratic right, not for the metal clenched hand, but rather for the assistance. But theirs is a land with a divider around it. Also mine is a confidence in my kindred chaps. Theirs is a place where there is trust and magnificence. Mine is the verdant field and the industrial facility floor. Theirs is the air, although with plains once more. Mine is the peace we know betwixt the conflict. What's more, now the end is close, thus I confront the last duel.
One. I did it my way.
What's more, now the end is close, thus I confront the last drapery. My companion, I'll say it clear, I'll express my case, for which I'm sure I've carried on with a life that is full. I voyage every last interstate, and the sky is the limit from there. But a great deal more than this, I succeeded in my style. Okay. Don your finery and go along with me, baby. We'll have a ton of fun when the timepiece hits one. We're going to shake, dare, and...
Right.
Rock around the clock.
Yeah! We're going to shake day and night this evening. We're going to shake, shake, shake till open air. We're going to shake all day and all night this evening. At the point when the timepiece hits 2, 3 and 4, in the event that the band backs off, we'll holler for extra. We're going to shake all day and all night this evening. We're going to shake, shake, shake till open air. We're going to shake all day and night this evening. Okay. What number of streets should a chap stroll down before you refer to
How
him?
long ago, how
What?
long does your
3,
blowing in the
2, oh, yeah! The good news is that my voice already sounds like Dylan, so this shouldn't be difficult. What number of streets should a chap stroll down before you refer to him as a chap? What number of occasions should a white pigeon cruise before she dozes on the beach? Yes, and how often should the gun balls fly before they're everlastingly banned? The reply, old buddy, is blustering in the air. The response is blustering in the air. Why do flying creatures all of a sudden show up each time?
Close to you.
Yes. Why do flying creatures all of a sudden show up each time you are close? Much the same as me, they desire to be near you. Why do stars tumble down from the air each time you stroll by? Much the same as me, they desire to be near you. On the day that you were conceived, which isn't quite true, on the day you were born. On the day, someone's got a warped idea of science there. On the day that you were conceived, the blessed messengers got together. Also chose to make a blessing from heaven reality. So they peppered moonlight in your follicles of brilliant starlight according to Blue. That is the reason every one of the ladies around in the local area.
Okay, so a quick recap of the answers. We had Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley. We then had the Beatles, Let It Be. We had Between the Walls, Billy Bragg. We had Rock Around the Clock. We had Frank Sinatra, My Way. Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind. And the Carpenters, Close to You. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different. Oh, bloody hell. I'm just tying my shoelaces because I'm going out and I've pulled the shoelace into a knot. What great drama, my friends. You'll be talking to your friend, you said, have you listened to the most recent dollop yet? No, to be honest, I've stopped listening. I think they're kind of losing their edge a little bit now. He hasn't talked about Wi-Fi kettles for a long time. Oh, there was a great one the other day. It was tiny shoelaces, and he pulled a knot in it. Oh, brilliant. And then he just sort of rambled for a bit while he tried to get the knot out. Oh, I'll listen if that's the case, yeah. I won't spoil the ending for you, obviously. It's reminded me of a little story, actually, and as it's David's Daily Digital Dollop, I will impart that story to you now. I've got the knot out. I don't know if you remember the story about when I impersonated my school PE teacher, who also was responsible for the school swimming team, and I impersonated him and rang one of the other kids up in the school, pretending to be Mr. Smith, the swimming teacher, telling him that he was out of the team because he'd been usurped by someone in the year below him by the name of David Eagle. And I ended up making this lad cry, basically. Well, that story was told in... Oh, I can't remember the number. There'll be some dollop nerds now going, oh, what do you mean you can't remember the number, David? How can you not remember the number? It was clearly... But I've just suddenly thought there, with tying my shoelaces, it reminds me of another story about the same... I'm going absolutely mad. I've just put the key in the door. I opened the door a little bit, and then while I've been talking there, I've been rummaging in my pockets for the key so that I can get out and lock the door. And I thought, bloody hell, I must have left the key upstairs. So I went to shut the door, and of course found that the key was inside the door, which is absolutely ridiculous, because if I knew the door was open, the only way I could have opened the door was if I'd unlocked the door. So I don't know what is going on in my head. I've done this before where I've been looking for my mobile phone, and I've been having a phone conversation while looking for my mobile phone. I've been on my mobile phone, and I've been like idly not being able to concentrate on what the other person on the phone's saying, because I'm going, why the bloody hell's my mobile phone? And then realised I've got it in my hand, and I've got it to my ear. Oh, now hang on a minute. I know what you might be thinking here. Something sounds a bit different. Where was the usual doo-doo when you open the door? Gone. We've got a new door. Yeah, I mean, I talked about the windows and door people, of course, on a previous dollop. We have a new door. Gone is the old sound of the door, so there are a lot of people now very nostalgic going, oh no. I'm more of a pre-new door dollop person, really. I think I preferred the old door. There'll be a few complaints going in. It'll be inevitable. The dollop nerds don't like change a lot of the time. They'll be saying, you could have waited until the last dollop, before you replace the door. So I know there'll be a few complaints. But this is the sound of our new door. There. No, it's not the same, David. It's not the same. Identify the song. Can you identify the song from the car that's just passed? Fun little feature. Or, if you prefer, identify the bird chirp. So many different games that you can play. Like, you can listen to these dollops and appreciate them on so many different levels. Anyway, the thing that I had started talking about was that this lad that I did a phone prank on when I was a kid, pretending to be the swimming teacher and telling him that essentially he'd been dropped from the team because David Eagle had usurped him. When I was tying my laces, it reminded me of another story concerning this same lad where I could have possibly killed him. I imagine it was after the Mr. Smith impersonation scenario, and this lad had already forgiven me, and we were having a bit of a chat. And then he said, oh, hang on a second, I just need to tie my shoelaces. He bent down to do his shoelaces, and he was down there for a few seconds, at which point some kids started gathering around, going, oh my God, he's having an asthma attack, he's having an asthma attack. Quick! Someone went to run to the teachers, and I sort of stopped the kids and said, no, he's tying his shoelaces, leave him alone, he's tying his shoelaces. And he's going, no, he's having an asthma attack. And I go, he's tying his shoelaces, he's absolutely fine. So I'm trying to stop the kids from getting the teacher. Anyway, a teacher comes up and he says, he's having an asthma attack. Right, everyone, get clear, we'll sort this out. And I step in front of the teacher and go, no, it's all right, sir, he's just tying his shoelaces. And he goes, no, David, he's having an asthma attack. No, seriously, sir, it's absolutely fine, he's just tying his shoelaces. And anyway, the teacher just completely ignores me and brings the person in. And I'm going, what a fuss about nothing, sort of muttering under my breath. Anyway, as you probably guessed, he was having an asthma attack. It's just for some reason, it never crossed my mind that they might be able to see something that was going on visually. His face was going blue or whatever, he was running out of air, he was clearly struggling to breathe. I just thought, well, he's bending down, he said he was going to tie his shoelaces. I think the teachers probably thought I was trying to kill this kid. It was kind of a big story in the school that I'd impersonated the PE teacher and told him that he'd been dropped from the swimming team in favour of me. So that was the first thing. And then the next thing, he's having an asthma attack, and I'm going, just leave him alone, he'll be absolutely fine, he's just tying his shoelaces. And we begin this dollop with a comment from Michael Wackington. Thank you. That's Michael Wackington's new theme music there. Don't know what that was, my phone's just bleeping at me about something or other. Anytime that I say your name, Michael Wackington, you get that little sound there. We're nearing the end of the dollops. It'd been quite nice if we could have had that nearer the start. But that's the thing with the dollops, as I say, I'm not sort of taking my foot off the pedal and winding down just because it's Christmas. I'm always coming up with new ideas, always pushing things forward. So, the question is, what is Michael Wackington saying? He says, double link, while eating a Sainsbury's egg and cress sandwich. What? Not co-op? No, but I was on the way to a credit union meeting, part of the financial co-op. I bit my lip. Is this the first report to the new foundation? Well, Michael Wackington, I'm being a bit wary about you, to be honest. If you remember the dollop from the train, I was starting to get a bit suspicious to your motives, and that hasn't abated. You haven't addressed my concerns with the whole let's get biting comment that you made before. I think you're just after this for the prestige, and maybe even the money, involved in being the CEO of the Lip Biting Foundation. And I'm not convinced that even if you did genuinely bite your lip, to be honest, Michael Wackington, you could be pretending that you bit your lip in order just to kind of get this back on the radar again. I think you're trying too hard, Michael. And you're also using dirty tactics as well, mentioning Sainsbury's, which is a subject that we've had on the dollop quite a lot there. You maybe think it's going to curry favour with me. Oh, I've been to Sainsbury's, which is my local supermarket. I've talked about Sainsbury's before on the dollop many times. I don't want to accuse you here, but I think you may. Exactly, sheep, and I think you agree with me there. In fact, we could maybe use the sheep as some kind of jury thing here. There's a horse here. Oh, is it a person?
It's a human being, yeah.
A human being, disguised as a you. I thought you were stamping like a horse there.
Nah, I'm just in mud.
How you doing?
Well, hey, not so bad. It's rough old day, innit, really?
It is, isn't it?
But weather, like, I know they can't see it, but it's very dull.
It is a bit.
It seems as though it's about 4 or 5 o'clock and it's going dark.
Yeah, I know.
Misty.
How are you doing anyway?
Well, keep going, don't you, like?
What you're up to?
I'm just feeding out sheep, that's what I'm doing.
Ah, you're feeding the sheep,
I
right,
feed them
okay.
underneath the shed.
Yeah.
Underneath there, and then they get the dinners, then they'll happen to lay down in.
Okay, so today's dollop is a walking audio dollop. And at this point I meet a farmer. And you're about to hear a little bit of the conversation that I had with this farmer. This is just a tiny bit of the conversation, a few minutes of it. I probably spoke to him for over half an hour. This is the bit of the conversation now where he starts telling me various jokes, rural jokes, and then we get onto the subject of X Factor, and then he gives me his views on homosexuality. So I will warn you, this conversation does contain some swearing and some forthright opinions from a farmer. So with that in mind, I will now play the rest of this dollop.
There used to be an old saying in us in country.
It used to be what?
Old saying in country.
Yeah.
An old saying in country. If you want a cunt in countryside, bring one with you.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
Did you get that?
I do, well, I do, and I'm sure...
If you want a cunt in countryside, bring one with you, 'cause you can find one. And there's a farmer.
Yeah.
The farmer up here, he's got a right big horn, massive horn when he blows, and they can hear it from here to Doncaster when he blows it. But it's for calling virgins up. Nobody ever seems to come. That chap, he'd fetched a zebra in from Africa up to his farm. Anyway, he thought one night to go on with other animals, like. Anyway, when he laid loose in field, he trotted across and there was a pig. He looked at pig, he says, because he hadn't seen a pig before, this zebra. He says, what's that job? He says, oh, my job, he says, to dig ground, or it says, for farm. He says, and I supply bacon for farm. I says, oh, that's all right. Then he went across and there was a cow eating some grass. He says, not black and white cow. So he says, what's your job round here? She said, well, she says, I eat all fresh grass, she says. And the farmer comes and milks me, and I produce all milk for farm, like, says, for people who want to have a drink of milk. Anyway, trotted on a bit further down the field and got a big bull. So he pulled up with the bull, he says, what's your job on farm? He says to it, he says, get them fancy pyjamas for I'll show you. A zebra. Get them fancy pyjamas for I'll show you.
Yeah, well, this is good from the farmer's joke book.
It's a good one. I'll give you another one anyway. I'll tell you another one and then I've done with it then. About a chap who got a pawn shop. And I see a chap went round to see him, and he got a couple of billy goats. And he went in the pawn shop, he says, they can't lend us 20 quid on these 2 goats, he says, just for an hour or 2, he said, I'll pick them back up, he said, at tea time, he says, but I've got a deal, he says, going off down the road, he said, I just want 20 quid. So told pawn broker, thought it through, I thought, well, I'll do it, so a bit of cash in it for him like that. So he gives him 20 quid. Anyway, bloke never went back to pick goats up. So following day, pawnbroker's fucking spitting feathers because he got these 2 goats in shop, and when he opened the shop up, they'd eaten everything. You know, he'd eaten all his clothes and all his bits of feathers and all what left laid about it, they'd chewed them, you know, it's goats. Anyway, he got shut at goats eventually, pawnbroker, and some years afterwards, this chap walked back in shop and he took some saws in, some wood saws, and he says, can I give a tenner on these? He says, don't I know these? He says, no, I don't know if it. He says, I think I know these. He says, that bloke what once come in, he said, about 10 years ago and dropped 2 goats on me. Whoa, So the pawnbroker says, fuck off with this saws, I don't want no togs with teeth.
What?
Fuck off with these saws, I don't want anything else with teeth.
Oh, right, okay, I see, right. My goodness.
You got it?
I do. You...
I've got to be fucking quick for these jokes. They'll be able to tell all them at Christmas when they're around Christmas table.
Right, exactly. Here's a bit of advice for you, Dad. If you want to bring a cunt to the countryside, exactly. Excellent.
I thought that'd have been on X Factor, didn't bother.
No, none of that nonsense. We've done Christmas gigs.
Oh, that's good. Did you watch it then, that X Factor? Did you listen to it?
No, I haven't done any of that.
She was good, that last one. What comes second?
Oh, right. Oh, I've no idea. No, what did
she was like, I think she's Norwegian or something like that. She weren't an English person, but she
was
a very beautiful singer. She'd been taught, trained properly.
What did she sing then?
Oh, something from about swinging from chandeliers or something. I might know tune. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Swinging from chandeliers.
Swinging from a chandelier. It might be a Norwegian tune. But very good. She could sing opera, if you understand me. She got pop in her. She got a voice of opera singer, really.
All right.
But the only really modern day people, and I can't understand it. All men are gay. Him was one gay.
Yeah.
She was a lesbian.
Yeah.
A fiancé with a lesbian with a woman.
Yeah, I get it.
What's up with the gender? Is it something in there or something when you're young or what?
Well, maybe people accept it more now, so that people can.
Well, accept it. Well, accepting things like that, fair.
Well, people can accept it, so therefore people can be who they are rather than having to.
Welcome to be who they were. That should be fucking when you got like. I mean, I liked old Freddie Mercury, but it didn't make him immune to being killed, did it? With AIDS and that when he went.
No, but then again, cancer's a massive killer, I suppose, isn't it?
What, from sexual disease, cancer, is that?
Well, no, not from sexual disease, but just in general, really. You know?
What I'm trying to say to you, a lot of these people watch swing opposite way then.
From the chandeliers.
Swinging from chandeliers.
In the opposite way, yeah.
That tune was soon. They're obviously susceptible to diseases, aren't they?
Well, I suppose I don't know how much disease there would be within like the lesbian community, though, obviously, because they're not really doing.
They'll be all over the place, mate. And they've only got a cough on you, and they're in trouble, aren't they?
Oh, well, there we go. We've run the whole gamut today. We've got X Factor, goats, and social commentary.
The thing is with that, like, they've enjoyed this, haven't they?
So you're the one I met before, weren't you?
That's right,
So yeah, was it your wife I was speaking to, or was it?
I didn't mind that. I've got 2 wives.
Have you? Right.
I don't mess about me. I'm 6'4", see.
Nah, okay.
I'm as wide as I'm tall. When she gets here, they just push her out of bed.
Excellent.
It's about us farm lads.
And there's you going on about diseases, and you got 2 wives.
And the mother went, the cleaners I used that own what I used earlier on, virgin on. Don't spread it about. No.
Hey, well.
Have you got any girlfriends?
I have. I've got a girlfriend, yeah.
That girl we walked away the other day. I'd seen you.
Oh, you seen me, did you?
I seen you canoodling down to it.
There's no canoodling, my friend. Never canoodle in front of the sheep.
Bit of kissing going off, don't have you? Down when I was watching it coming up, I thought, I stood right quiet.
Oh, right. Well, I was wondering if you'd be around.
I let it go past sometimes and don't interfere with it. I keep very quiet and they don't know I'm there. So
right. All right.
I checked on it. I went up the other week and I was on the wall here. I thought, he's going past. I thought, I'm not stopping and then keep going.
Oh, so I'm being watched. Always being watched.
Listen, I can't get on this road without being watched. I can tell you, farm people, you're the spotter.
Well, good to meet you. I'll see you before Christmas, no doubt.
All right, son, good luck.
All right. See ya. Bye. Well, there we go. I wouldn't class him as a Dollop regular. We have spoken to him once before on the Dollop, and we ran the whole gamut there, didn't we, in terms of subject matter? We had jokes, sort of understood them. Then we got to the subject of X Factor. Then we had his forthright opinions on homosexuality. So we've ran the whole gamut. Anyway, it's been a very odd Dollop today. I'm going to have to be careful walking this route, though, because if it gets out that I've been broadcasting his words, I could be in serious trouble. You know, he could set the sheep on me. He's got farming implements on him. You know, I might walk down here. You know, I might be set upon by an angry farmer with farming implements and his cattle start charging at me. And that could be how the Dollop ends. I might never get to do the 366 Dollop. So there we go. Dollop 341. Who knows, we may meet the farmer again on our travels. We may meet other characters on our travels as we draw to an end. Who knows? I'm doing this little bit now from the Ark in Stockton, where we are doing our final Christmas gig, sitting cross-legged on the stage. I shall be back tomorrow for Dollop 342. Who knows where we might be coming from? I might go and do a dollop from the toilet in the Ark. A special treat for you all. I know that's the kind of thing you like. I can't promise anything. So I've been looking through some archived recordings because I wanted to play you some more songs on the Dollops. Previously, I have played you some of my childhood compositions. Of course, Daniel Wet Himself Today, I think being one of the sort of standout tracks of my childhood canon. And I was looking for some other things, and I found a few Christmas bits and pieces. I haven't found the thing that I was looking for yet, but I will find that somewhere or other. But as I've come across this, I thought I would play this. And this is a play that I made at university. And it's a play
called The Return of the Real Father Christmas. And it's just a short thing. I mean, it's not bad. The production's not brilliant. The writing's okay. There's a few interesting ideas in there. But when I listened to it, it still made me laugh. The concept of it still made me laugh. So this features some friends from university. The person playing Father Christmas, he sort of gets into it, I think, as it goes on. But there's a line in it, Father Christmas is back. He was meant to really deliver with gusto and enthusiasm, but he doesn't really. But I think as the play progresses, he sort of gets more and more into it. But you can definitely hear that he's reading it more than acting it. There's quite a few cringeworthy jokes in there, but I still like the concept. I think it's quite funny. So here it is, The Return of the Real Father Christmas.
For hundreds of years, Father Christmas had done what he had always done. You know, the whole reindeer, sleigh, presents and chimney lark. And for the most part, he'd enjoyed immensely his role in society. Of course, like anyone, he'd had his ups and downs, as I suppose he would really, given his tendency for chimney travel. But yes, he was happy. He had a wife and children who had loved him dearly, and he had loved dearly too. Or should I say, reindearly. Anyway, the problem was that he loved them so much that when his wife ran off taking the children with her to live a life of debauchery with an elf, he was unable to go on. He grieved so much that for the next 100 years, he refused to do what Father Christmas does. But then he woke up one morning and he said to himself,
"Ho, ho, ho!"
Which doesn't really mean anything, but he seems to say it quite a lot. Well, we all have our odd little quirks, don't we?
No, this won't do. I'm going to have to stop grieving over my wife and children and get back to work. The people need me, for goodness sake. I'm Father Christmas, and without me, Christmas just isn't Christmas. I imagine the world is a much darker and worse off place without me. Father Christmas is back.
This was followed by yet another ho-ho-ho. It's not really important, is it?
Donna, Blitzen, Rudolph, and the others. Come bring my sleigh. It's Christmas time. The elves, prepare yourselves for England. Ah, here's my sleigh. Right then, Elf Tommy. Are the reindeers and your good selves ready to go?
Yes, sir!
Well then, elves, reindeers, no more am I struck by grief. Finally, I've rid myself of the pain, and once again it's time to set off on this epic voyage. This is an epic day, a day to remember forever. So it gives me great pleasure to say to you, elves and reindeers alike, set the coordinates for England, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition! Oh, dear! Come back! Come back! Well, what with all the excitement, I forgot to get on the sleigh. Right, that's better. Well, off we go then. Where are we?
We're in a shop, sir.
Oh, yes, a shop. I remember those things.
Oh, look, Father Christmas, look!
Oh, yes. This is brilliant. I'm home. It's a grotto. They've remembered me. I expect they never thought I'd leave them for good. Come on, elves and reindeers. Bring the sleigh. It's time to show the world that Father Christmas is back. To the grotto I go. Ho, ho, ho! Oh, that rhymes.
Ho, ho, ho! So, what would you like for Christmas, little girl?
A teddy bear!
Well, have you been a good little girl?
Yes, Santa.
Well, have a feel in my sack. That's right.
Have a nice little feel.
Yes, in my sack. There you go.
Ooh! It's a teddy bear!
Oh, yes. Merry Christmas, little girl. Ho, ho, ho!
What's going on here? You imposter! You've been trying to take my place, have you?
Who the hell are you?
I'm the real Father Christmas. That's right. And you're a feeble imposter. Elves, unclothe the man.
Help! Help! Help!
Unmask him. Show him for the fraud he really is. The real Father Christmas is back. That's right. You see, little girl, you've been foiled. This man is an imposter. Oh dear! Oh! You see this man before you now? We've shown him for the naked human wreck that he is.
How dare you?
I'm the real Father Christmas, and I'm back to whoop your ass. Don't cry now, little girl. It's all right now. I'm the real Father Christmas. Come and sit on my knee. You see what you've done, imposter? You've turned them against me.
No!
Elves, arrest that man. You're under arrest for impersonating Father Christmas. Elves, take him away.
Where be you taking me?
To Lapland.
No!
Justice will be mine. This is the return of the real Father Christmas. And you, my son, will be taken to Lapland and flogged and fed to the reindeers. Elves, reindeers, take the sleigh to Lapland. Merry Christmas!
My goodness, there you go. Dramatic stuff. I mean, that is 12 years old now. But I think it still stands the test of time. It's still a classic. I've actually just looked at the title, and it's actually called An Excerpt from The Return of the Real Father Christmas, which suggests that in my head I had anticipated there being more, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure what might have happened there. I mean, I like the idea, though, of the Real Father Christmas getting sidetracked from his line of work, his usual line of work of getting presents for boys and girls, and he sort of just goes on a vigilante hunt for fake Father Christmases. When he finds out that there's more Father Christmases in grottos in shops around the world, he gets more and more angry, maybe, and physically assaults them and drags them back to Lapland and sort of court-martials them. And I like the idea of, turns into more of like a horror kind of idea, where Father Christmas just gets more and more angry and vengeful. These people are daring to impersonate him. And then maybe there is a group of Father Christmases who find out what's going on. They find out that the real Father Christmas is on their trail, and they think, right, we've all got to club together. You know, we need to protect ourselves, strength in numbers. And so then they form an army, fake Father Christmases against the real Father Christmas. So then they sort of meet him at this grotto. They sort of maybe set a trap. So maybe they send him a letter or something to Lapland, and they say, there's loads of people in this particular town centre shopping mall who are impersonating you. You need to get yourself there. And when Father Christmas comes there with his elves and his reindeers, they're attacked. They're set upon by the fake Father Christmases, and a bloody battle commences in front of confused children. As they vie for supremacy. I like that idea. I mean, I feel as if I'm sort of giving away the plot now. You know, really, I should keep this to myself. And unfortunately, it might be difficult to get in touch with the original the original actors. And obviously, I'd want the original cast. It's almost like the parts were made for them, wasn't it? So, I mean, I'd have to get in touch with the original cast and see if I could get them back. No doubt they'd want quite a lot of money. But exciting stuff in the pipeline. I mean, so I'm ploughing through loads of old recordings, trying to find these songs, these old songs of mine, from my childhood canon, as I say. I'll find them at some point, I'm sure, but while I've been searching for them, I've come across lots of other interesting recordings. I've talked before on the Dollops about the fact that when I was young, I was fascinated by the radio, and I used to love late at night with the radio flicking through the various channels and just being taken on these odd adventures. I mean, nowadays, obviously, you can do the whole thing with YouTube where it takes you on a bit of a journey, and 1 minute you're watching something and you're watching something completely different because you followed this odd chain. But there was something magical about the radio dial. There was something magical about flicking the dial, or just turning it ever so slightly and then tuning into this completely different world. You know, you're not clicking on it, you're not waiting for something to buffer, you're not waiting for, an advert to load and then you get the content. You don't get a description of what the content is in advance. Whereas with YouTube, you do. You know what you're going to watch before you watch it. It gives you a description. It gives you a title. Not with the radio. The radio, you just flick the dial, just turn the dial. You'd enter into a completely different world. And I found that fascinating, especially late at night, with John Peel on Radio 1, and some of the stuff that was on Radio 3 as well, comedy on Radio 4, or political stuff, or whatever it was. Not understanding any of this world. Not understanding it at all. This is before I was a teenager. Yeah, I'm absorbing all this information. The talk shows. The late night talk shows, whether it was the BBC, it was a bit more refined, a bit more acceptable, or the no-holds-barred local talk shows where you just got the most random people ringing up. The presenters were opinionated. You know, they cut people off, they shouted at them there, and there was just a crazy assortment of characters. I might do a few of these, actually, before we end the Dollop series, because there was just some fascinating stuff, and I used to record quite a lot of what I heard as well. So I still have the recordings of these radio shows from over 20 years ago. So this is to give you an example. On this particular day, on BBC Local Radio, there was a sex therapy show. Here's a little clip from that. So, you know, I'm probably about 10-year-old. No idea what's been talked about here. So here, you can hear I've been listening to something on John Peel.
And these are from Norwich. Well, from Japan, actually, but via Norwich.
And then I flick over from John Peel and I start listening to this.
So this is doing something that feels nice to you. Are you getting all tingly?
That's the problem as well. I don't get those feelings.
Right, well, I think if you can start doing a bit more of the affectionate, tender stuff together before you start getting really sexy, I think you may find that you can get more in touch with the nice tingly feelings.
I've never had that tingly feeling. Well, I remember having it once a long time ago, but I don't seem to be able to get that tingly feeling. That's what's missing. I think if I could get that tingly feeling, everything else would fall into place.
Right. Can you give yourself a tingly feeling? You know, if you're in the bath and you're washing yourself. Have you ever tried to make yourself tingle?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I just can't seem to do it.
Okay. You see, what makes us feel tingly like that is a mixture of the physical stuff that's happening to different parts of our body. That might be having our breasts or our nipples stroked, or over our tummy, or down our legs, or in between our legs, you know, that sort of thing. So that's the physical part of it. But the other part of it is the kind of the mental part of it.
I think it's the mental block that's the problem.
Yeah. And it may be that what you need to do is to feed your imagination a bit by trying to find the sort of thoughts that give you a kind of tingle. Now, whether you can find those by trying different kinds of books to read or magazines to read.
I have just actually read Rachel Swift's book about the orgasm.
Right.
And I didn't find anything relevant at all in there.
Okay, now that's very explicit sexual stuff. You know, it's sort of the how to do it kind of thing.
And then I flick the dial over to another radio station and we get the loud-mouthed, forthright, northeast comedian / radio presenter Mike Elliott, also known as Mike the Mouth Elliott. And this was a talk show. And you'd get characters on these talk shows. You'd get regulars. And sometimes you'd get people who would really take a disliking to each other. Callers who would take a disliking to each other. And so you'd get them both on at the same time. And they'd have an argument. And two stalwarts of this were Tommy and Marlene. I have no idea whether they know each other in real life and it's just a bit of a joke and they're kind of just pretending not to like each other and it's just a bit of a joke, or if they've just kind of stumbled across each other and they just enjoy abusing each other over the phone, or whether there's actual malice and hostility in it. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about, though. A proper northeast attitude, slight sort of chauvinistic things being said by the presenter, and then you've just got two seeming strangers just shouting at each other, essentially.
Here we are, it's Christmas time, you've both come on, you're full of venom, and yet at the same time, you know, on Christmas Day, surely you'll give a thought at each other and wondering what they're doing on Christmas Day.
No, you'll be sitting there, won't you, Marlene, with no one, and I'll be with my wife having mumpy bumpy.
Christ, I was the first time for something like, isn't it? No, I've got my family round me at Christmas.
What, your cat that's dead?
Hey,
He's 15-year-old, that cat.
Aye, the cat
served me well.
It did serve you well.
And all you could do was stab it in the neck.
I didn't mean to.
No, she didn't mean to, Tommy. It was an involuntary reaction, I think.
seen a freaking price of whiskers anyway. It's a good job.
Aye, oh, God almighty. You see, there you are. You see, you got something. Tommy's got something he loves, and Marlene's lost something she loves. And surely there is a common ground.
Well, the Lord comes down on us, doesn't he?
Well...
He's giving me something nice. He's giving me something nice. He's taking something nice away
he
from
wants to give you some proof.
Well, yes, Marlene's pussy is no more. But the point is you know, surely you should feel compassion, Tommy. And there's a harshness about you. There's a hardness.
Oh, after all the abuse that I've been giving off her.
But you're a man, my
I
Tommy.
have been subjected to abuse.
She's only a common woman.
I only reacted to her.
Yes, but you've got to be above these things that women come up with. You know, women are a bit doolally, it's all the hormones. So you've got... Listen, I'm trying to defend you. I'm trying to defend you, pet.
Oh, carry on.
Goodness sake, and therefore you've got to give and take. It surely as a man, if you're going to be a gentleman, you've got a woman, you have married one of these sex. Therefore you should...
that's debatable now.
No, that is... Now, is she saying what I think she's saying?
That's double.
Oh! You don't even know what I look like.
I think she's talking about your wife with the stubble, Tom. I don't think she's mentioned...
Oh, well, he hasn't got none.
Oh, my God. This is disgusting. More abusive comments. Come on, throw them at me. Get it out of your system.
Enough people digging that petal driven ye worry.
Look,
I'm going to give you one. I can smell it from here. It's disgusting.
1 minute! I've had enough.
What?
You two are like two bloody children coming on my show. I love you. No, I don't. What am I saying? I can't love them. You're a pair of arseholes, brothers. You both are a pair of arseholes. You both are. Stupid, ignorant, you dirty mouth. You, Marlene, are foul-mouthed out, Harrington. You, Tommy, a little fart. And it's about time the both of you grew up. Now, you've got a wife. Now, start acting like a man, and a man would apologise to this woman, and you.
I think so.
You, as a silly old cow of a woman, would accept the apology and let you bloody Christmas. Don't you come to me! I'll have yous both in here before you can say Jack Robinson, and I'll slap yous both.
I'm having palpitations here. This is terrible. It's not good on my...
Hurry up.
Don't you have palpitations? I'll tell you when you can have palpitations, young man, and I'll tell you, Marlene, when you can use bad language, when you can't use bad language. Now, make up and have a good bloody Christmas. Now, go on! Say Happy Christmas to each other!
No, piss off.
Well, piss off.
It's the weirdest thing. I mean, that is probably the culmination of months of these two arguing with each other. And, you know, I was 10-year-old or something. I can't give the backstory of all of this. But it's just, I'm fascinated now to know, did those two people know each other? Were they friends, really? Or if they weren't, were they in on it and they thought, yeah, we're just pretending for the talk show, you know? Or did they actually hate each other? I'm sort of fascinated. And then you'd flick the dial again and you'd get another talk show. Tom's Talking, and they would have all sorts of random things. You're talking about two pretty entertaining talk shows, I would say, in their day. I mean, I'm not sure if it was on now if I'd bother to listen. There's probably stuff like this happening now, and I'm not really that bothered about it. I'd rather read a book or whatever, but when you're 10-year-old, it was difficult to know what to do, because you knew that if you were listening to Mike the Mouth Elliott, two people sparring with each other, you knew you were going to be missing something really good on the other station, on Tom's Talking, because they always had mad callers on as well. So it was difficult to know what to do, so you'd keep channel hopping between conversations, going, oh God, no, that one sounds really good, no, that one sounds really good, not knowing what to do. My 10-year-old mind just massively confused, overwhelmed by this weirdness that I was hearing as I was channel hopping, trying to work out what to listen to. Then all of a sudden I'm tuning into the BBC local radio and they're talking about sex. And I'm thinking, my goodness, what they're talking about here. You know, she's giving sex advice to this woman, telling her what to do when she's in the bath to get herself stimulated. So anyway, so we'll end with a clip from Tom's Talking, and this is quite an odd call. And it's another example of a one where I don't know whether it's set up, whether the caller is deliberately acting in the way that he's acting, or whether it's just a genuine call.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Did Richard, in his sunstroke, forget to tell you to turn your radio off?
Radio? Oh,
Paul, watch my face. Did Richard forget to tell you to turn your radio off?
Oh, sorry, Tom. Hang on.
No, he didn't.
No, coffee. Turn radio off as well.
I hope that's someone's nickname.
Hello?
Hi.
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 Is that Tom?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about, bad driving.
Bad driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it down! Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Tom.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about bad driving.
No, well, it's bad driving, and I've had my car stolen as well.
Right.
It's I was in Stockton today, and I was just mind my own business on the high street, and this no, leave it. You'll cut me off.
Coffee ready, Paul!
Paul, your coffee's ready.
Oh.
It's okay, you go on.
No.
No, I don't hold you responsible for the Burks you were around.
Anyway, Stockton, I was... Stockton. No, will you get off? Leave it! Just leave it alone! No!
Sorry, Bob!
No, you bloody... I want to be bloody air!
Oh, sorry!
Okay, Paul. Deep breaths now. Deep breaths now. Calm yourself down.
I was in Stockton, and I was just minding my own business, and I was just walking along, and this stupid...
Yes?
He just wasn't paying any attention, and I swear, if I hadn't been quick enough... Get that... if I hadn't been... If I hadn't been paying attention, I'd probably be dead, and I just think old people shouldn't be allowed to drive because I think they're dangerous on the roads.
Was it a man?
It wasn't actually, it was a woman.
Did you shout at her?
Well,
I just thought you might have a quick temper. Well, I did shout. I'll probably, if there's been a policeman, I'd have probably done. But no, she mounted the curve right, Tom. And if I hadn't have been quick enough, I'd have been in bloody trouble because I'd have been dead, and that'd have been trouble. And that's pretty deep trouble. Being dead.
So I know, and I've had my car stolen as well, Tom.
Yeah.
And I'm just not happy about it. I mean, I've had my car stolen.
Deep breaths. Calm yourself down.
Will you get a bloody door now? I've had my car stolen. Police have done nothing, Tom. They've done nothing. I just don't want... No, well, I mean, what's happening? I mean, they'll go and bloody charge you for having a ticket, but they won't go bloody get the people who got your car, will they?
They'll be bloody looking for it.
Well, it might be, but I bet they won't bloody find it, will they? It just gets me, Tom, when I pay all that money for taxes.
What's that noise in the background?
I'll tell you the bloody hell it is. It's the bloody...
Okay, that's enough of the bloodies.
Okay, it's... Oh, Tom, I can't handle it, mate.
It's lovely talking to you.
Yeah.
Go and fill your friends in.
My wife, I'm gonna... Oh, no!
It's your wife?
Tom, I've been married for 6 years, and
you have my every sympathy.
Shut up! It's the worst. Right. It's just, Tom, being married, it's... Oh, God. I mean, everything's fine until you're married, and it falls apart.
Really?
Well, no,
don't get married.
We were happy. I mean, I was 27, I was doing well, and... Oh, I'm gonna... No. Oh,
you go sort her out. Call us back when she's fell asleep.
Yeah, okay, mate.
All right, then.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
It would be fascinating to know if that's real, if they're still married now. I mean, maybe we could be reunited with some of these characters. Maybe someone listening to the Dollop can put me in the right direction. They know more about these characters. I don't know.